Now we'll talk about editing symbols. If you're following along, I'm in 04_editing_symbols.fla in the Chapter 6 folder in the Exercise Files folder. What we're going to do in this movie is change the size of all the stars on the screen by editing the main symbol. There are many different ways to edit a symbol. I'm going to show you the two most important ways to know and understand. The first is editing a symbol from the library. To edit a symbol from the library, double-click the symbol's icon. Let me show you how that works. In the library, find GFC star. To edit GFC star, double-click the symbol icon to the left of the symbol name. If you double-click the symbol name, then Flash will assume that you want to edit the symbol's name. So if you double-click the symbol icon, then you return to the symbol's timeline. When you're editing a symbol, you're in something called symbol editing mode. Just like when we created this symbol, you can tell that you're in the symbol editing mode by seeing GFC star at the bottom of the timeline. Now let's edit the symbol. Select the Free Transform tool and click and drag to scale the star from the bottom right handle. I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard to constrain the proportions of the star. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit and then return to the main timeline by clicking the Scene 1 button at the bottom of the timeline. The stars are a little bit too large. It's hard to tell how big the star needs to be unless we see it in context. Wouldn't it be nice if we can edit the symbol while viewing the size of the robots and the rest of the stage? That's the other way that you can edit a symbol. This way is called editing a symbol in place. Choose the Selection tool and then double-click one of the stars on the stage. I can tell that I'm in symbol editing mode now because I see GFC star at the bottom of the timeline, and everything else that was on the stage is visible, but it's grayed out a little bit. So now I can sort of edit this in context. So if I select the Free Transform tool, making sure that the star is selected, and I scale the star down from the bottom right handle, holding Shift on my keyboard, when I release my mouse button, all the stars on the screen update. I can see that that's the size I want my stars to be. Let's return to the main timeline and see how it looks. Click the Scene 1 button at the bottom of the timeline to return to the main timeline. Back on the main timeline, it looks like the stars are just about the right size. Now you can use those two different methods of symbol editing to modify your symbols.